Rightio. Yep. So this is our main access. You can see into our property. It's just outside of the township of Eulo. So yeah, until that goes down, I don't think we'll be driving home.
Lauren Beresford's a fifth-generation farmer. She runs Farnham Plains, hundreds of cattle across 32,000 hectares with her dad, who was the last to lay eyes on their expansive property as floodwater lapped at the homestead.
1 minute you're gawking, just thinking how amazing is that, you know, and then the next you realise what the other side of it, what's going to be left behind.
Lauren was able to briefly fly overhead yesterday, but like many in the bush right now, she can't really comprehend the scale of the disaster unfolding before her, or the potential losses.
The livestock, the animals, the horses we had to leave behind, that's what's heartbreaking, you know, and we tried that was the first thing we did, you know, we were trying to move them to higher ground. You can replace vehicles, you can rebuild a house, you can rebuild a shed, but those animals, you know, that's the worst.
Ask anyone in the ravaged West, they'll tell you this flood is like nothing anyone's seen before. An area twice the size of Victoria is underwater. And while it seemed to come from nowhere, the wreck and ruin seems to be everywhere.
On the Thursday, I was calling people to see if they were okay along the Barcoo River, to see if they required evacuation. People sort of wanted to sit tight for the time being until they saw where the water got to, and then they actually got quite desperate.
In Junda, southwest of Longreach, floodwaters rose last Thursday night.
By Friday, we were evacuating people out of properties along the Barcoo River. So there was people, they got scared, people out on properties that were trying to hang in till the last minute, thinking, no, surely it's not going to keep rising. But sure enough, it did.
The Barcoo Shire Council is massive, 62,000 square kilometres, and this flood was higher than the record-setting 1974 flood. Graziers are still yet to account for their losses. But so far, more than 105,000 livestock are confirmed missing or deceased. The true numbers expected to be much higher.
It is devastating, and I can't imagine being out on those properties and hearing the cattle just virtually screaming for help. They could hear them at their homesteads. They were helpless. They couldn't do a thing, but they could hear the noises of these poor animals just trying to get out of the floodwater.
There's a sense of suspense here and at other communities under siege, scrambling to get supplies in and fodder out to surviving stock. Then there are places like Thargomindah, 1,100 kilometres west of Brisbane. A tight-knit town which tried in vain to build a levee around its centre in preparation.
Last night was a bit post-apocalyptic. Everybody was running around getting themselves sorted because at 1 minute it just hits you and they're all everywhere trying to organise themselves.
All of this is heading south towards Lake Eyre. In its wake, a silty, muddy mess, like the swamp that's surrounding Trinidad Station, a sheep and cattle property 200 kilometres northwest of Quilpie. It was hot and dry here and virtually drought-stricken just days ago. What has become of the animals now is grim guesswork.
But the sheep, poor things, we estimate probably 10% of our sheep have died, but whether that will be the case in another week, we don't know. I mean, you don't know until you muster down the track, and it's way too wet to do anything with anything at the moment.
Wendy says there's not a lot to be sure of in this part of Queensland, especially the weather.
We had 8 inches in about 7 hours. Started early one morning and went through until just before midday, and the forecast the day before had us down for 15 to 25 mil for the forthcoming week. We could see heavy rain on the radar to the north of us, but as it was moving down towards us, it was fading out and disappearing.
That's because there's a significant area not covered by the Weather Bureau's radar system, with each existing radar only giving readings up to 200 kilometres away. Beyond that limit, the accuracy is questionable.
We never know what's going on southwest of us for hundreds of kilometres. It's just a big black hole right through to the centre of Australia.
The Weather Bureau told 7:30 it's assessing its flood warning network in the region, but its current budget doesn't include money for new radars, which would have to be funded by government. Both major parties have promised $10 million towards a new radar for Western Queensland if they win the election. And while the true effect of this disaster mightn't be realised for years, promises and future plans won't help the immediate situation.
I mean, we've been inundated by offers to help, which is fabulous. We will need that, but at the moment, there's nothing anyone can do at the moment. But, you know, we'll find solutions and we'll get it done. But that's down the track. Yeah, first priority is the animals as soon as we can.